All right, well, hey there, everybody. Hope you're doing good. If I sound tired, it's because I am. And why am I so tired? It's because this is now the third time I've had to record this video. And wouldn't you know it, it is day 3 as well. So maybe there's a resemblance there. Actually, when I started this video in the previous 2 takes, I was using my video camera, which I'm so sick of using now. I don't want to use it anymore. So now I'm recording this video on my iPod. And how I started the video was by showing the sign, which was really nifty. It says day 3. It's a compass, east, south, west, north. It says entrepreneur's journey. But I realized that that because I'm using the front-facing camera, whatever, it's showing it in a mirrored kind of fashion. So, yay, that idea didn't work. But hey, that's what it takes to be an entrepreneur. You make ideas, shit don't work, whatever. You just gotta deal with it. Whew. Cool. So, day 3. I'm back home from the course that I was on. I uploaded video 2 a while ago now. Receiving amazing traction. Views are fucking off the hook. Doing great. By that I mean 0 views, but that's okay. I'm not doing this for the views. And that actually brings me to the first of 2 things that I actually wanted to bring up in today's video. First thing is that as a result of things I learned today in today's course, I've come to realize that, you know what, I actually need to shift the focus of this channel, which is, it's actually pretty cool that I came to this realization now, and not later. So originally when, I made this channel, even though I said, okay, cool, come with me on the journey, what I learned today was I'm actually being very selfish, which I need to apologize for. The message that I originally had in my mind was like, I'm going to go on this journey. This is all about me. You guys come with, experience it if you want, but I'm going to do you're not going to have much takeaway, even though I'm going to do the best to try and teach and educate. The vision was still, I'm going to do it. And that's wrong. It doesn't serve any higher purpose than just myself, and it's not going to get me anywhere if I kept going that way. So I'm grateful that I discovered that I didn't discover it, that somebody told me this. So what's a new focus for this channel? Well, the focus is to serve, and that's what a entrepreneur should be. They should be a server. It shouldn't be about getting as much money as possible. It's about serving at the end of the day. So yes, it would be really cool if I managed to get this done in 18 months. It would be even cooler if I managed to get it done before 18 months. But at the end of the day, even if I don't manage to hit the goal after 18 months, it doesn't matter. I want to dedicate this channel to serving as many people as I can, helping them, just see things from like a case study perspective. And as I learn and as I grow, I'm going to teach and equip. And that's where the beauty of this channel is. That's where the focus is, and where the focus should be and should always be. So that's the first thing that I learned as a result of, today's course. The other thing was we did an exercise today where we're pretty much based on entering like a certain energy, like a meditative state, whatever. I swear I don't do LSD, I swear. But getting into like a state, you can access somebody's thoughts or like personality or vision or whatever, or character. You can access their character and figure out what it is about them that they compromise a lot about. So for example, what are your self-sabotaging indicators? And the other aspect of that exercise is, what is the legacy that you have in store for you? Maybe it's something that you're aware of, maybe it's something that you're not aware of, but basically you access the state, you just start speaking, and whatever comes out, comes out. It may sound absolute rubbish, but whatever whatever you end up saying, the person will always look up and be like, how could you possibly know? That's 100% right. That's 100% what I want with the legacy, and that's 100% what I don't want with the compromise. And stuff like that. So what I want to do is I want to share with you what my legacy was and what my compromise was, because it's I've come to realize that there's today is like Adam 2.0, like a new me. It has to be a new me, and I'll explain it to you as I go along. So here's my notebook, but before I get into the notebook, I want to show you this blue book. So this blue book, let me show you this paper, which you won't be able to see because of the mirror, I just noticed. So if you can read mirrored handwriting, which okay, cool, if you can, whatever, you would see that would say 30th of April 2017. So every single week on a Sunday, I would pretty much document how my week went. And I'm currently on week 66. An 18-month period is about 76, 78. I need to confirm, but it's like 70-something weeks. So I'm actually getting close to finishing my very first 18-month journey. And I think it's really cool that I'm starting a new 18-month journey while I'm still busy finishing off the old one. And, seeing maybe how that parallels. Guys, look, you got something to look forward to when I actually get to finishing my very first thing. It's like the first time I've ever actually committed myself to a diary. So I'm very excited to see how I've grown over my very first 18-month chronicling, whatever. But I want to share that with you, because what gets measured gets improved. So if you can measure yourself over a year and a half, see what you've done, see what you can do to improve, there's definite room for growth. So let's get into my compromise and my legacy. Story time, ladies and gentlemen. And like I told you yesterday, was it yesterday? I think I told you yesterday, I'm going to be very candid, very open and honest about myself. So, here are all the things that are fucked up about me. Compromise. First thing, I overcomplicate things. That makes sense. I'm a very analytical person. Now this one really, this was like the main takeaway of my compromise, right? And it's very true, and it's going to be very interesting how this plays out. So what somebody in the circle said to me was, I'm a chameleon. But and that pops up later in the legacy. But the chameleon aspect is pretty much, I've lived my life not being myself, and rather than being myself, I've been adapting to what other people's expectations are of me. So, if they think that I'm a quiet, shy person, then I would pretend to be a quiet, shy person. Some of my mannerisms, like I'd give somebody a high five and then like click after that, just as a joke. Or when I'm making a joke, like I often, for some reason, like start staring up into the roof as like a kind of thing. That made no sense, I know, but hey, whatever. I've started to realize that all these or another one, whenever somebody says like a compliment to me, like I'd always go like, yes, like that. I wouldn't say yes, but like I'd do that. All these things are not genuine to me. They're things that I picked up from people along the way. So it's weird, when somebody tells you, hey, you're not authentic at all. You're just some copycat person, just made up of a whole different experiences of things, of traits that other people do. But none of them is authentically you. When somebody tells you that, it's like, fuck, have I really been living my whole life like this? And if so, well, who am I then? So it's just going to be very interesting as we go along. Okay. So another thing is, so I'm very scatterbrained. So another thing in my compromise is, you are very scatterbrained. So what does that mean is that because I'm so success orientated, it actually works towards my detriment. What that means is that I keep chasing the success goal, and I chase it and I chase it and I chase it, and when I get close to actually achieving it, I say, no, this can't be, I can't allow myself to become successful, so I have to move the goalpost even further. So it means that instead of just zoning in on something and just making that thing the best that I possibly can and just becoming successful in it, I say, that's not good enough. I have to raise the bar even higher. And what often happens is that because I'm so afraid of just creating something and having it done, because I'm so afraid of achieving that state, I end up scatterbraining myself. So when I started this video, I said, I've gone through a 3-year journey of being an entrepreneur so far and reading a whole lot, trying a lot of businesses, but not really trying, because I kept thinking, can I really become successful in one thing? Before I do that, let me start having a look at so many options. Maybe if I, diversified so much, I'll be able to make it in at least one thing, and just like throwing mud at the wall and hoping that something will stick. And so what have I created in the past 3 years? Well, it's like nothing, like seriously nothing. If somebody said to me, well, how's your entrepreneurial journey going from a financial perspective? I'd say, man, like I'm broke. I haven't made anything. I'm still just a paycheck man. So yeah, that's where the scatterbrain part comes from, which is another thing that's really interesting, right? Because I have to actually allow all these other projects that aren't making me money to die. And maybe I'll come back to them later. But I just can't have my unconscious energy focusing on them anymore. I have to just be able to say, okay, cool. This was a fun experience, but I need to zone in on one thing. And it's this. This is what matters to me right now. So that's cool. What else about my compromise? Cool. So because I've got such a I'm not good enough belief, I keep saying that all these different projects that I attach myself to, I keep saying this one has to be the one. This has to be the one-shot wonder. This one has to make me successful. This one has to bring in wealth. Has to bring in money. It has to elevate me somehow. Because if it doesn't, then then I will still continue to perpetuate this life that I'm currently having. And there's a big flaw in that. Because what I'm really saying is I have to desperately try to do and create something. And I create a fierce state because what I'm subconsciously telling myself is, what if I put all this emotional and like physical energy into creating something, and the end result is useless. Nothing comes from it. So I become stuck, and I end up not creating an end result at all. I just end up with worry and with partially complete products. So yeah, enough of my compromise. I think you get the point, and I think you get the point of this video. But legacy. Now this is the fun part. What kept coming up was, first of all, the chameleon side came up again. But on this note, it was from a positive angle, where I'm good at understanding somebody on their level, going down to their level, but then bringing them up to mine. They also said that another person said to me is that my humor is my genius. So I didn't think I had a sense of humor, but I've always noticed that I'm a bit of a shit stirrer. I just like talking shit to people. But whenever I do that, I feel like I'm in my element, subconsciously. I don't do that enough though, and you know what? I actually just need to do it. The ability to make somebody laugh takes them out of their mood, takes them out of their thoughts. It makes them more receptive to stuff, and so whatever. If I'm supposed to be a funny guy, I'm supposed to be a funny guy, and that's just how it's going to be from now on. But the other thing that came up about the legacy is that they kept saying, I see you doing something with technology, see you doing something from a personal development space. So thank goodness, at least we're still on the right track. That they saw that, I'm aware of the trends, which is great because I always thought that I have no fucking clue what the trends are. I mean, I've never even used Instagram before, but hey, I at least know what the trends are, so that's good. But I'm aware of the trends, but more importantly, I've got the ability to ask the right kind of questions that will provoke people to think. And the final thing of my legacy, and I guess this is actually one of the values that I guess subconsciously wanted to create for this channel, is I've got the ability to engage with somebody and ask questions, not necessarily to get you to buy a product, but to get you to think, what if? Is there more for me? Is there, more for me than the 9 to 5? Do I have the capacity and the ability to become successful? And the answer is yes, you absolutely fucking do. What I would love is for you to go and be listening to this stuff, before you go to bed or whatever, or just watch it and then forget about it. And then I would love to you to go through that, and then 2 days later, while you're filing paperwork in the office or typing on the keyboard, whatever, you just sit up and you're like, oh my god, I actually can do more than just be a desk jock and be a 9 to 5er. And then you just go and you go, fuck all of you, I'm out of here. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. But you get what I'm saying. I want to be that person that shows you the way and says there's more that you can give to the world than your time at a desk. So cool. How's that for a long video? Day 3, 18 minutes. Now, if you thought that was long, try recording it 3 times. So yeah, at least I can say that I'm really excited for what potential this has. I'm going to be going I'd say in about maybe a week and a half, I'm actually going to be meeting a couple of pretty serious entrepreneurs who do business innovation. I don't know what that is in store for me. I'm just excited. So it's actually going to be really cool to have some material to actually show and present. I don't know where this channel is going to go. I don't know who I'm going to meet along the way. I don't know what that'll benefit me or what that'll do for me. I just know that it's going to be fucking sick. Another thing I've got planned on coming soon, assuming that everything goes according to plan, I'm actually going to be featuring my very first entrepreneur on this channel, and they've got a bloody awesome idea that they're busy doing and implementing and taking action on, and I'm very excited for you to meet this person, because they're gonna go places. They really are. So until then, hope you enjoyed the 20-minute video, and you guys stay cool. All right, fuck, what a terrible way to end a video. You guys stay cool. All right, I'll come up with a cool catchphrase or slogan or whatever. Stay cool, all right. Cheers.